In the Doncaster Lakeside project, what we wanted to do was to take all the various questionnaires and interview returns and the probe returns, the photographs and the postcards and so on, and work out what to do with them. And we did that in a more intuitive way, and they organised a meeting where there was key stakeholders from the various institutions and organisations that use the Lakeside came together.
And we sort of took all of these stories, and then as a group of stakeholders we had a walk around the Lakeside, and together we sort of observed a number of different things. It wasn't a particularly beautiful, but not particularly welcoming. Lots of signs telling you couldn't do things. Very little encouragement of activity. Even as a dog walker, there was little to say you should actually be in this space. There were various barriers, bits of the place that you couldn't actually get to. And what there also wasn't, in comparison to some other parks, is there was no information. There was no kind of interest or something, boards to read or any of those sorts of things.
With IAPT, we had a sense of trying to capture in people's own words the scale of the problem. And we're very keen to use narrative and build up stories from stakeholders.
So we had pages and pages of transcripts that we had to take to the young people. They went through and kind of highlighted all of the key issues and the themes that were running through that, which were things like professionals maybe not having a key understanding of the issues that young people face, professionals feeling uncomfortable talking to young people about some issues, particularly self-harm, young people being sort of battered about services, having to fill in constant questionnaires, and really as well young people DNAing, which is kind of like do not attend.
And we came up with the idea of distilling from these stakeholders' experiences to come out with kind of storylines, with plot ideas that might be in something like a soap opera. And that was then used to create a piece of forum theatre for the young people to access and change.
I have seen quite a lot of injuries sustained by people falling off their bikes. Usually there's more of a graze. Do you want to tell me how you really got these? It looks to me they were caused by a razor blade, am I right?
That seemed to be like a hook that really engaged a lot of quite important people within the mental health world, because it got people to kind of come right back to the young person as an individual and to be able to look at all of the things going on for any individual young person. And I think that really resonated with people. The young people seemed to be able to get really involved, but over quite a short period of time, but also it was really meaningful, their involvement and everything that they came up with.
Now the forum theatre in itself was fantastic, enabling people to act things out in a certain way, and that's when we really kind of got some insight into some really big problems that we could then look to overcome.